Welcome to Fly on the Wall. We are your hosts. I am Dr. Jonathan Mathias Lassiter.
And I'm Marquita Moten.
So, who the hell are we?
I am a master's level therapist with a degree in clinical mental health. I'm a business owner, light worker, energy worker, tarot reader, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, and all of it's good. And I am a licensed clinical psychologist, professor, and author. And in my former life, I was a choreographer, and hopefully we'll be able to get back in the studio again after the pandemic.
Yay.
So, what are we talking about today, Keita?
You know, I was thinking to myself, what the fool we gonna talk about? And, I thought about your homeboy, Kanye West. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
And, other celebrities and regular people just like us who struggle with mental health issues on a daily. And I thought about what would it be like to have a partner or to be a partner in a relationship with mental health issues. And so I thought it would be good for us to discuss how to navigate that or how to manage mental health issues as they exist within a relationship.
Yeah, I've definitely had patients like that are in a relationship. And as we know, mental health problems don't just affect the individual who has the mental health problems or that it originates in them, but it also influences everyone in their social circles, their intimate lives. And so I remember when I was on pre-doc, doctoral internship at the Indianapolis VA, I actually did a lot of couple sessions with veterans and their spouses around helping their veteran cope with PTSD and navigate that, as well as using mindfulness with couples. I even had one couple where the veteran had a traumatic brain injury. And so he would forget things, and would sometimes have problems walking and things like that, and couldn't really see out, it had no peripheral vision. So that complicated matters. Wow. And so originally before his injury, he was the primary earner in the household. And then afterwards, it was his wife that began to work because he was on disability. And so part of the things that we talked about in those sessions were coping with new roles, because you enter a relationship in one way thinking that my partner is this person, and then when the mental health problems rear their head, you realize all of a sudden that maybe this isn't the person I thought I was in a relationship. And for some people that may be a deal breaker, but for some people it may be like, okay, it's a challenge. I still very much love this person. This person's still very much good to me and loves me. But it's a challenge. And how do we navigate that? So I think part of what I've found in the work that I've done with patients is navigating new roles in a relationship, but also helping partners not take stuff on, right? And also not enabling, because sometimes things that are not necessarily related to the mental health problem can be blamed on the mental health problem as a way to avoid taking responsibility in the relationship. So what have you found in your work? I'm sure you've experienced this with your clients.
Yeah, I have. I had a client who cycled between depression and anxiety. They go hand in hand all the time anyway. And the issue that she was having in her relationship was she wasn't quite sure how to get her husband to understand when she didn't feel like having sex or didn't feel like talking or even wanting to be touched or be affectionate with him. And one thing that we talked about was increasing her awareness of her mental health issues. So making sure to educate herself on all of her symptoms, identifying which ones pertain to her, which ones didn't, And the more she was able to understand what was going on with her, then it made it easier to communicate with him what was going on with her and how it related to her mental health, mental well-being. And then he was able to help her as well. And I like the piece that you noted about being accountable for your actions and rather than just blaming the mental illness for everything, because that's very important as well, not enabling or empowering the illness more than the power of the person.
Yes.
So I like that you highlighted that a lot. But yeah, my main goal with her was self-education,
Mhm.
so that she could increase communication with her husband.
And self-education goes a long way because there's a lot of myths about mental health out there. And, unless you go to school for this thing, you don't really know, right? And a lot of people may think it's a physical health problem, medical problem. Some people may think, oh, I'm just crazy. Or some people may think, this is from my family. Everybody in my family act like this. And it could actually be diagnosable mental health problem that could benefit from treatment. And
Right.
so educating oneself and getting that education for oneself, and then also being able to communicate that to one's partner so that the partner is also educated goes a long way.
Absolutely. And it's necessary. I think it's important to keep in mind that the psychology we've been taught is Eurocentric.
Yes.
And so it's limited in that it was based on studies done on people that really are separate from you and I,
Yeah.
and people who look like us.
Mm-hmm.
And so educating yourself gives you that background piece, but it also puts you in a position to figure out what it is going on with you. And to say, you know what, I know that typically depressive symptoms may look like A, B, C, and D, but when I feel depressed, I don't do that. I do this. Like I get mad for no reason, or can identify the root of that anger, or whatever the case may be. I decide to sleep all day. So it really puts one in a position to do a lot more self-identification as well. So that's always good.
That's always good. And like you said, it really moves it because you're right. We're all trained in the Eurocentric paradigm that's based on white people, right? But one of the things about the Afrocentric paradigm is that it does place a premium on self-knowledge. So it's not just, what's in a textbook or what's in a diagnostic manual, but it's also, like you said, how does that fit with me? What am I experiencing? And really having that be the legitimate source from which people make informed decisions.
Right.
And so I think one of the things that we can do as mental health professionals is empower our clients. And I should say holistic health professionals is empower our clients to trust themselves and to look at their lived experience, because that's also something that having mental health problems could negatively impact is one's ability or one's confidence in trusting themselves. And also that can be seen at the couples level. So maybe now the partner is like, well, you're like this, so you don't really know what you think. You're in your manic phase, so I don't trust you and to make this decision, so on and so forth, right? And so how do mental health problems impact trust and honesty in relationships? It's also something that can come up along those lines.
Yeah, we also want to make sure that, to the degree that we can anyway, that one partner is not trying to leverage the mental health illness against the other partner.
Yes.
Like you just said, oh, well, I don't trust your judgment because you was diagnosed with clinical depression. Like, that statement lacks so much empathy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because truth be told, I'm quite sure that all of us who have made it to adulthood could be could be diagnosed with clinical depression. If not right now, at some point in our lives, that has been the case. And so making sure that the partner without the mental health diagnosis is remaining empathetic and, you know, in their support of the new partner, of the partner, without being judgmental or trying to use it as a weapon against them.
Well, I definitely know, and you know, because you was there, that that I had dysthymia up until about the time I was 24. And some of them periods I had double depression because in addition to my dysthymia, I had some major depressive episodes accompanied by suicidality in college where y'all just told me, you know, to go on somewhere with that. So,
you know, that's something about Black people. Black people will not let you stay in your pain. They won't. They'll tell you to get over it. They'll tell you, oh, we all been through that, blah, 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 blah. And that's not
it's not helpful.
the healthiest way.
Not helpful.
But it does have its use as well, because then it's a call to action. It's saying to you, either do something about it or be quiet. And hopefully people will choose to do something about it. But yeah, I mean, I will admit that you were managing a lot when we met in undergrad. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to subscribe to the idea that you actually had this thing. Depression, yes. Suicidality, yes, I can see that. So, yeah. Now we'll take those seriously. But even in our lack of empathy, we still saved your life because you're here now.
We could go on and on about this, but folks, we will spare you. We'll save it for another time. Right now, though, we're gonna go to our next section, a new edition part of the show called Black Market.
Hey.
And so Black Market is basically where we tell you about Black-owned businesses that you can go to and support and buy yourself something nice, because sometimes gift giving is a love language, folks. So you may want to go get something for your partner to show that you support them on their mental health journey. And where a better place to get that than the Black business? So Black Market is all about that, highlighting Black businesses.
I love it.
So Ms. Moulton, we're going to start with you. Who's your Black business?
You know, one thing that I've really had a lot of fun doing during this pandemic and the subsequent quarantine is finding new Black businesses to support. It's been so fun to me. So, as you can see, I am wearing a head wrap today. It's not just because I was being lazy. It's because my Black Market pick for the week is Glamorous Chicks Head Wraps. It's two sisters based in New Jersey, and they sell head wraps and makeups. The lip colors are really cute. They stay sold out because they are really cute, but the head wraps are great. They have different types. The one that I'm wearing now has kind of like a matte finish. So the way that you tie it, it's gonna stay all day. It's not gonna slide or any of that. The patterns are great and diverse, and they're beautiful. They're comfortable. They are breathable, so your hair is not suffering under them. And I know you guys have seen me wear this one as well. This also is from Glamorous Chicks Head Wraps. And this one has kind of a wax coating on one side. So it's a lot smoother, silkier for those of you who are concerned about hair breakage. And it also is stretchy. So the stretchiness is convenient, but I will tell you, when you wrap this one, it's heavier than the ones that are not wax coated and are not stretchy. And it does slide a little bit. It's not going to slide off your head, but it is going to slide a little bit. So depending on how you wrap it. If you put a lot of the weight in the top, it's going to want to slide. But I love both of them. I will be ordering more. So Go on Instagram, check out Glamorous Chicks Head Wraps. What's your pick for the week, Jonathan?
So my for the week is Crown to Soul Natural.
Uh-oh, I know her.
Created by my good girlfriend, Marquita And so this one is chai latte. It comes in a lot of different ones, but I love this one. Make me want to go get a cup right now. But it's chai latte, and it is great. It's smooth. It's aromatic. So not only does it moisturize your skin, but for me, it relaxes me. And the chai latte has a little spice to it. So you get like the spicy chai. This one's for you. So I love it, and it's good for the whole body. So this is the chai latte body butter one that I got here. You see, it's a good amount. And I forgot how much I paid for this, but it wasn't a lot. And as soon as you get your subscription service up, I'm subscribing.
Okay, I'll let you know.
But this is Crown to Soul Chai Latte. So go check out Crown to Soul Naturals. They are on Instagram, and they have a website. But you can find it all through Insta. I know everybody on the social medias today. So that's my Black business.
Well, thank you.
So we are also doing resources. So what are our resources for today? You got any resources for the people?
911 is a great resource. If you are managing thoughts of suicide and you feel like you're on the verge, and of course the suicide helpline is always going to be great. But 911 has a mental health unit. So if you need to contact 911 and you're aware of a mental health illness or crisis that is taking place, make sure that you let the operator know that, so that they send out people who are trained to deal with people that are suffering from mental illness.
Yes.
So 911 is always on the table.
Right.
In an emergency.
In an emergency, if you ain't got nobody else.
Right.
I don't trust the cop. So I don't know. And they do be killing folks with mental illness if they're Black. So I say it's better than nothing. Maybe. But 911 is a standby. It's
right.
Standby.
Right.
I'm going to shout out the Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network.
That's a good one.
Yes, they are there for all the Black folks that's at the intersection of different gender and sexual orientation identities. So if you don't identify as heterosexual cisgender, then you have options. Someone that gets both sides, because we definitely need someone that understand the Black, but we also need someone that understand that we are not operating on the heterosexual or the cisgender tip all the time, and that we can be fluent in that and it's not pathologized. So I would say the Queer Trans Therapists of Color Network, my resource. All right. So then, I think that wraps up about everything today. So if we had to give the folks their takeaways, what would you say the takeaways are?
So I think the instant replay for today would be educate yourself on mental illness, educate yourself with your partner. I think that was a good one. Also, don't use mental illness as a crutch. We did discuss that a little bit. And what else?
And don't use mental health problems as a way to disqualify your partner or to legitimize their desires and needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's enough.
I think so too. I like all of those. All of those are super helpful.
Yeah.
So, as always, please like, share, subscribe, And don't watch just once, but watch twice and 3 times a lady, as Lionel Richard said. So watch it and share with others, share with your mama and them. And yeah, we will see you next time. So thank you for joining us on Fly on the Wall, and we out. Love you.
All right. Love you.
Bye.